Hey, this is part 2 of the Steel Mark 5 modeling tutorial in 3ds Max. We already worked on part 1, so like this video if you will, and subscribe to our channel if you're new, and yeah, let's jump to the second part. Go. Alright, in this part we're gonna continue working on where we stopped last time, and there are gonna be a lot of interesting pieces that we're gonna work on in this part. And for now we are working on this cylindrical part here, and we're going to try to refine and fix some of these pieces here and try to make them, or try to fit them, or give them the shape necessarily is gonna fit the reference image that we have at hand. Okay, now we're gonna move these vertices a little bit out using the scale tool, which is a really helpful tool to do a lot of things. And of course we're gonna push these vertices a little bit forward because this is gonna represent the tunnel or the tube that is this is gonna represent the body of the submachine gun. And the stock, it was a really simple piece, and these pieces as well were not that hard to create, but in here we're gonna face some difficulty that we're gonna try to break through quickly. And as you can see here, I'm using the material that is assigned to the weapon. I reduced the opacity to help myself see what's going on through clearly, because sometimes the X-ray, the Alt-X shortcut is not gonna help us that much. And as you can see here, I'm trying to scale in to give thickness to the body of the Sten Mark V. Alright, so now we're gonna try to create some details here. And sometimes when I do things, I try to keep the mesh clean, and there are in the future I'm gonna show you how to create weapons professionally and specifically to be part of a game. So we're gonna start in the first place with a low poly model in mind. So in these tutorials I'm creating right now, I'm not really giving a lot of attention to the fact that this weapon is gonna be low poly at the end. So I'm trying to show you an easy way to create a high poly model, then convert it to a simple low poly model. In the future we're gonna create a straight low poly, and then we're gonna create the high poly from the low poly, not the way around, which is easier, and in my opinion it is more effective, and it's going to consume less time, but it's gonna be messy sometimes because we're gonna take or create a lot of shortcuts in the modeling process, and we're gonna create a lot of tons of triangles because this is what it takes. So as you can see here, I'm trying to create that that narrow kind of it looks like a rail that the I don't know, the it's like a path that the piece that we are gonna pull back to reload the weapon is gonna walk through to do its job. So we're gonna add here as many as we can of these vertices, which in my opinion right now is not that necessary, and is gonna add tons of unnecessary vertices and stuff. So if you are opposed to this, if you don't think that this is the best way to do this, it's okay. You're probably right. Okay, we are trying to push these vertices in the right place, and this is not that hard, but it is a little bit confusing if you can see the result ahead of time. So you need to have a little bit of patience to be able to get the result you want. As you can see here, there are some conflicts between the vertices here. Maybe there is a problem of alignment or something like that, because they're not exactly aligned in the same position. We should have just, I guess this is a problem of rotation. We should have just set the rotation to be 0 on the X or on the Z ahead of time. And yeah, we can fix this. It's not a big of a problem. We can just copy, or we can just delete the other half, and later on we're gonna copy it and do whatever it takes to make it whole again. But if this is a little bit confusing, you need to pay extra attention, please, because this is necessary to understand what's going on here. And we are not doing something extraordinary here. We're just following the reference image, by the way. We have a reference image, we have a map, and we are drawing vertices on top of it, lines and edges and stuff. It's not something magical. It's something easy. It just needs you to focus on what's going on here. Okay, we're trying here to follow this round circular. This is actually circular. It doesn't go all the way up because the reference image can sometimes be tricky, and it's not gonna give us all the information we need. At least it's not gonna give us all of it. Okay, now we are trying to select all the polygons that are gonna be in the way of the we're gonna delete these, so they're gonna be deleted so quickly. Alright, and of course this is the empty space we need to create whatever we want. And there are gonna be some things inside this empty space which is gonna be extremely important for the weapon in order to function. But we're not gonna be super concerned about it, because we are focusing on the artistic part, of course. And as you can see here, I'm trying to create this this plane here, and I'm trying to create the other pieces. And this one here is going to be pretty simple, because it doesn't have a lot of details to it, and it's not that complicated. Okay, we are trying to create the next piece that is gonna be attached to it indirectly simultaneously. We're gonna try to create these two pieces in the same time because the first one is gonna be inside the second one. Okay, keep holding shift to extrude these edges right there, and we're probably gonna do it down there as well. Keep holding shift and extrude. We're gonna add some details here, just two segments right there, and we're gonna try to follow the reference image. Alright, now we are trying to take a look from the perspective viewport, and yeah, we're doing okay right there. Actually, this piece is attached to the trigger area, so it's gonna be as we're gonna try to use this as a starting point. Okay, we're trying to follow the this U-shaped type of geometry, or type of um, this shape is really easy to create. We could have just created a cylinder or something round and circular that is going to allow us to create this quickly, but if you want to do this manually, it's also okay, which is the thing that we're going to do here. Keep holding shift and rotate. This is what we're going to do. Keep holding shift, move, and rotate. Alright, now we're trying to copy that half right here, and the thing is that these two halves are not exactly the same, so we are absolutely gonna need to move these vertices and do some manual editing right here. Alright, we're gonna weld these two halves together. Okay, the shell modifier, as you can see here, is gonna give our shape right there, or plane right there, some thickness, which is extremely necessary. Now we're gonna figure out how these two parts are gonna take place together, and how is this one here is gonna fit inside the other one right there. Alright, now we're gonna create the trigger itself, which is not gonna take a lot of time. In the future, we're gonna try to create more complex and more detailed weapons. And for now, if you enjoying this one, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new, because this really helps. This really is a sign of growth and development for this place and for you guys. So if you are interested and if you're not subscribed yet, please do this, because this helps you and helps everyone around, to indicate that this place is useful and has value to it. So this is the end of part 2. I hope you learned something here and there. If you did, as we said before, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next part.